Hey guys, it's Comic Uno, and today's topic video for this week is top 10 superheroes, my top 10 superheroes, and I was going to do top 24, and I was like, that's too much. I was going to do top 20, and I was like, that's too much. So I limited top 10 superheroes, and I thought that way I could at least talk like, oh, why they're my favorite superheroes instead of just listing them. So here are my top 10 superheroes and like why. So here we go. My 10th favorite superhero is Arrowette. Arrowette is from Young Justice, and she quit being a hero well, she's actually one of the only heroes that really quit and then really quit to be a hero. So she hasn't been Arrowette again, but she's her mom just wanted her to be Arrowette. First appearance was in Impulse, which is Kid Flash, and I mean, I guess she realized she didn't want to be a hero or whatever. But she was a Olympic gold medalist, so I thought she was a really cool character. Loved her in Young Justice. And even when she wasn't a hero, she was still a really cool character and still was a bow and arrow person and loved her friendship with all the heroes. And I still really love her friendship with Wonder Girl. I like their friendship. I think it's really cool. I wish they showed it a little bit more in Teen Titans, but they didn't show it. The last time they showed it was Wonder Girl miniseries. But I did like their friendship. I thought they're like pretty good best friends. All right, so number 9 is Green Arrow. He is awesome. I love him. I love the series of Green Arrow. I like the Judd Winnick Green Arrow series. I really fell in love with Green Arrow though in Smallville. Loved his character in there. I love that he's just one of those carefree people, but when he wants to get the job done, he's still a hero. You know, he might make a lot of mistakes, but he's still a hero, and I like that. They show that actually a lot in the series. I mean, like the last Green Arrow series, the one that's right before the DC reboot. They showed that in the Forest thing going on. Even though he thinks he's a bad person, he's still a good person. You know, so I really do like his story, and I don't know why I like Arrow people so much. I even like one of the people I was going to name actually for the top 20 people. I had Kate Bishop, who was number 11, and she was gonna she's also an Arrow person, so I don't know why I like Arrow people so much. And you'll see in the my number 8 person's another Arrow person, so I like a lot of bow and arrow heroes. But I really like Green Arrow. I think he's a really cool character. And he's number 9. Really loved him in Smallville. He was one of my favorite characters right next to Chloe. Thought she was pretty cool. So, alright, number 8 is Mia Dearden, who is second Speedy. I really like her. Her story in the Judd Winnick series was really great. Something very different. And she had struggles before everything. She had a lot of struggles before she met Green Arrow, and then even when she became Speedy, she was a very different character, and I liked her story, and I hope we see a little bit in DC reboot, and hopefully I really like her character and hope she doesn't disappear. Number 7 is Wonder Girl, Cassandra Sandsmark, who I saw in Young Justice also. Uh, she's a character that's grown so much. I love her relationship with Superboy. Well, her old relationship with Superboy. I like that she took leadership in Young Justice. She took leadership in Teen Titans, and she's a great leader. And I really like her story. I think she's just really great. So number 6 is Stephanie Brown, the last Batgirl. Before the DC reboot, her character, she changed a lot too. She was spoiler, didn't she? Was a character that was looked down at, kinda. Not a lot of people liked her. Then when she became Batgirl, she was a fun Batgirl, like I think like Barbara Gordon used to be, and I think, but she still like was a really great hero. I think Oracle trained her very well, and she was a really great Batgirl. And I was very upset actually when her series ended, and hopefully we get to see more Stephanie Brown. And next is Spider-Man. I've always liked number 5, Spider-Man. So I always like Spider-Man. I mean, like when you're little, like you don't know really, like if you don't really read comic books, and you're like, oh, I love Spider-Man, you know. So like Spider-Man's one of those characters that everyone knows, and I really loved him since I was little. And then learning more about his story was cool. I actually remember when I was little, I got this big book. It just told everything. I don't know. It's just I don't know what it was called, but it was like this book that just explained everything what happened to Spider-Man. Then finding out some stuff that I didn't know, like, yes, I knew that Uncle Ben died, but then learning that he was a clone with Ben Reilly, I was like, what's going on? I actually remember reading that part. I was like, what clone? What's this crazy? So I remember reading that, but I really like Spider-Man. I've always liked Spider-Man for a while. So, and I love his stories. Number 4 is Superboy. I like Superboy when he was in Teen Titans, Young Justice, and all that. But when I really, really fell in love with this character was when I picked up on whim Superboy Boy Steel. And it was just a hardcover, because I remember it was on sale. It was like 50% off or whatever. And I was like, let's pick it up. I like Superboy and Teen Titans, but he wasn't my favorite character, right? So I was like, oh, he's an interesting character. Let's pick it up. And then reading what Jeff Johns wrote, like, oh, just like the whole story is from Adventure Comics, and one of my favorite trade graphic novel things I picked up. I really liked it. And just one of my favorites. He was like saying in the book, like, oh, am I like Lex Luthor? Because he's a clone of Lex Luthor and Superman is. Like, am I like Superman? Then he finally figures out that I'm Connor. And I really fell in love with this character after that. And every issue he's in, I've always enjoyed. Alright, and number 3 is Julie Power, who's from the Power Pack. For some reason, when I read Power Pack, I always like Power Pack. For some reason, even like the old ongoing series I really like, and the fun mini series that have come out through the years. I've read like every mini series they have had except the Scroll one because I just felt that was boring. But I really liked the Julie Power in all of them, and then even in the Loners, she was pretty cool, and I've heard that she's gonna be in Avengers Academy, and I think that's awesome, and I can't wait for that. And she, even though her power is not that great, she flies and has a rainbow. Like, I still think her character is pretty cool. And I really liked her in the Power Pack. Number 2 is Kitty Pryde. I've always liked Kitty Pryde since I was younger. I used to watch X-Men Evolution, and I actually thought she was my number 1 favorite for a while, actually. But then before, you'll see what my number 1 favorite is, but you guys probably already know. But seeing Kitty Pryde in X-Men Evolution, I just loved the character. I love how she's one of those characters that really had a great character development. And I remember even reading that Josh Whedon kind of had Buffy as Kitty Pryde because of how much she grew. Kitty Pryde. And I remember Josh Whedon said that he really liked Shadowcat, and that's why in Astonishing X-Men she was in it. And I just really enjoy how she just used to be the fun-loving character, the youngest X-Men, and just really grew into a person. And I love the father-daughter relationship with Wolverine. I just love every story that she had, and X-Men Evolution really showed me the character she could be. And then reading her comics, reading Kitty Pryde and Wolverine, one of my favorite series, I could read like over and over again. Even though it's like 1980 comic, I still really like it. My number 1 favorite comic book character is Spider-Girl. That's the reason I'm wearing my shirt, and also because I did a Tom DeFalco review today. But Spider-Girl, I've always loved Spider-Girl. Well, not always, but actually, alright, here's the story of Spider-Girl. Alright, so I got into Spider-Girl like 3 years ago, and I remember I bought her comic on whim, and I said, you know, I don't know, like, I really like the character, but I don't know what's going on in the story, because I bought it in the middle of a story arc. And so I bought it again, and I saw the trade, and I was like, Spider-Girl, alright, let me try this again. Let's see, I bought the trade, and I really loved it. I found all the trades, and I read her comics all the time now. Even though her comics has ended, I still reread her comics like I'm reading it for the first time because I really love her character. I think she's a really cool character, and she's definitely my number 1 favorite. Like I said, Kitty Pryde used to be my number 1, but then when I read Spider-Girl, like, Kitty Pryde became second, and number 1 was Spider-Girl. Alright, so that is my top 10 heroes. I would love to hear your top 10 heroes, your top 20 heroes, like I was going to do, like top 10 pretty much. So let's hear your top 10 heroes, and this was Comic Uno, and there will be another topic review for my next set of video reviews. So, see you guys, this is Comic Uno. I hope you enjoyed.